This week we're going to take a look at a passing concept that we like to attack cover 4. And the name of the passing concept is called two verticals. And this one's very effective this year in Madden 12 as far as attacking cover 4, and we're going to show you why. So let's go ahead and take a look at the particular play that we're coming out in. Initially, the play that we come out in is the gun doubles corner strike. And what we wind up doing on the outside is we hot route the two outside receivers on streak. So we've got the X receiver. He's lined up on the left. He's running a streak down the left sideline. And then we have this guy, which is the Z receiver, and he's running a streak down the right sideline. Now, you notice he's in red as far as his pass route, and the reason is because he's going to be the receiver that we throw to in this video breakdown. So we wanted to point that out to you. So what we're going to show you again is how we like to attack cover 4 with these two routes. Now, when you look at a cover 4 defense, cover 4 is supposed to go ahead and take away the deep passes. So that way, by dropping 4 guys in deep coverage, it makes it very hard for your opponent to throw deep. Well, in Madden 12, that doesn't always work that way, and you're going to see why as we continue to go through this video breakdown. So again, let's go ahead and look at these 4 deep defenders that we have. We have this guy right here, which is the right cornerback. Then we have the free safety, the strong safety, and then the left cornerback. So we got these 4 guys playing 4 deep across for cover 4. Notice that's what it's called, cover 4. Everybody knows that. If you've been following along in Madden or just any kind of football game, you know this is cover 4. Now, as we already pointed out, this type of coverage should take away the deep passes. Well, again, it doesn't. So we're going to take a look at that and see why here in just a second. Now, underneath, we wind up having 3 defenders playing underneath coverage. We have these 2 defenders playing the curl flats, and then we have this linebacker right here. He's playing the hook zone. And then we wind up having 4 defenders rushing the quarterback. So this is just a 4-man pass rush. So you have all day to throw it a lot of times when you run this. Now, what we want to do here is let's go back and look at this as we go and just talk about these outside routes, because that's really what we want to concentrate on with this play. And the 2 outside routes that are being ran, or at least by these 2 receivers from the Cowboys, is going to be Miles Austin. Now, he's lined up on this side of the field. And then we have Des Bryant. He's lined up on this side of the field. So you have those 2 guys running their routes, vertical routes down the right and left sidelines. Now, as I said before, the receiver that we want to concentrate on is going to be Miles Austin. Now, he's running that route down the sideline, so he's running this route right here. Now, as you look at it, as we said earlier, you wind up having these 2 defenders. Let's go ahead and point them out to you. This guy right here, which is going to wind up being the strong safety, and then we wind up getting this guy right here, which is going to wind up being the left cornerback. Those guys are both playing 2 deep coverage. Now, one would think, again, that these 2 guys would wind up taking away. Well, what we want to watch is this guy here. Again, this is going to be that strong safety. We want to focus in on him as you watch this. Watch what he does, and this allows us to go ahead and make that throw to our receiver, which again is going to be Miles Austin going down the right sideline. So let's go ahead and take a look at this play, and I think that you really will get a kind of a better sense of how this one works and why it is effective as far as in this year's game. So let's take a look at it. And what we're going to do here is just kind of go through it slowly. We're going to zoom in just a little bit. And what I want you guys, again, is to go ahead and focus in on that strong safety who's playing this position right here. Now, remember, he's supposed to be playing that deep area, or at least help the receiver or help the cornerback, which is going to be a left cornerback, play in that area if no other receiver was to come in this area. And remember, there is no other receiver that's going to come in this area because the tight end, as you watch, he is running a flat route. So he has no responsibility as far as covering him because he's not running a deep route. I can understand this. If this tight end was to be going down this area here, then I could see why this guy right here would want to focus in on him. But he doesn't run that route. Instead, he winds up running a flat route into the flat over here. And because of that, well, then we got some issues. And you're going to see right there. Notice that right there. Now, if I'm a safety, what I'll probably wind up doing is, at this point, I think I probably ought to start dropping back. Probably even earlier. Maybe after the ball snaps, since it's a cover 4 defense. I don't want to give up this deep area of the field, especially as no one attacking my area. So I kind of would maybe just cheat a little bit over this way. Well, you kind of look at it right now. As you look at it, he's not really doing anything. And right there, okay, at that point, now he starts to drop back. Now, at that point, he's almost 5 yards. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and zoom in on him and kind of just show you what I'm trying to show you here. And that's what makes my a little bit concerned with this defense, that normally I would tell you a cover 4 defense would cover this. But look at that. He's 5 yards off. Really isn't going to be able to cover that. So when that ball's thrown, if it's thrown to the inside, such as what we're doing, so here comes our receiver, which is Austin. We take control of him. He's got inside position on the left cornerback, and what's going to wind up happening is, while we're in control of that receiver, we're actually going to jump up and make the catch in front of that, And there's the strong safety. He's not even anywhere into play to make at least try to break the play up. And that's why this play winds up working right there. You can kind of see in your screen there as you look at it that we wind up making a catch, and it winds up being basically going in for a touchdown. So if that strong safety would have been playing where he's supposed to be, I don't think that would have been a touchdown. Matter of fact, let's go back here in the instant replay. Let's go look on the other side and take a look at this guy. Let's go ahead and concentrate in on the free safety. He's right here, right? Same type of coverage on this side. We've got these two guys playing this quarter here, and then you got this guy playing this quarter here. So you got those guys playing. But again, as I said earlier, the tight end, remember him running that flat route? The word or slot route runs, or slot receiver runs the same type of route. He runs an arrow route, flat route towards the left, right? Well, this guy, which is going to be that free safety, it's lots that he does this time because it's a little bit different than what the strong safety does. So again, let's go ahead and watch him and see what he does here, and just take a look at this, and you're going to see that he winds up dropping back. See how he drops back? Now he's in a little bit better position. So really, when I look at this as far as a quarterback and I see this, I'm thinking to myself, all right, who am I going to throw to? Is that receiver really open on the other side? Is he an opportunity for me to throw to this guy over here? Not really. Okay, he's not open, right? Because of that too deep coverage that we're seeing, or at least a quarter's coverage on that side, because of the way that strong safety drops back into this area here, and then this corner's over here, that guy's really not going to be open when you look at that. He's just not really open. I mean, we could try to make that throw, but there's a good chance that we're probably not going to find him open. So we're not going to want to make that throw over there, right? On the other hand, if we work this way over this way and we look at down the field, and here we go ahead and spotlight him, we're saying, hey, man, this guy's open. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that safety right there. He's standing there. This guy's got about 5 yards on him as far as our receiver. Here's that cornerback. Well, we got one-on-one coverage, basically. Even though this is supposed to be a cover 4 defense, it's really not. I mean, it turns more or less into a cover 3, if you will, because that defender is only by himself. That strong safety should have been back there. So for me personally, if I see this, then wham, I'm going to think this. Check, ding, ding. This guy is the guy I want to throw the ball to. Look at him. He's open. I got the throw. I'm going to go ahead and make the throw. And that's what you're going to see here. And once that ball's up in the air, if you throw it to the inside and you take control of that receiver and you get the good position, and a lot of you guys got a lot of stick skill, you can probably easily make that catch, even more so than I can, especially when you get as old as me and you lose a little bit on the stick. But, heck, I can still make that catch, and I'm 41. So what I'm saying to you guys here is this. If you look at where the ball's lined up at, that's the other thing of this. From what I've seen is, depending on what side of the ball's lined up on, if it's in cover 4 defense, if the ball's lined up on the right, chances are that safety on that side isn't going to cover that properly as he should if he was on the left side. Now, if that ball was lined up over here on the left hash mark over here, then what would happen is that free safety should wind up dropping back. Or, excuse me, the free safety wouldn't drop back, and then we'd have the same situation that we have now on the right side, whereas this safety would go ahead and just basically stand around and not be wide open. So he'd be right in this area here. He'd be right here standing around, not doing anything at all. But that's not the case here because, again, it's on the ball's on the right side, so he actually does drop back like he's supposed to. So keep that in mind. And if you guys got a chance to go lab this, it might be something you want to look at. But this is from what I've saw as far as with the game so far this year. I hope that maybe in a patch 2 this is going to be corrected. Who knows? But right now, this is what I'm seeing. So one of the things I can tell you over the years, and I think a lot of us know this, cover 4, as good as we'd hope it would be, and it's not. I mean, it's been the same thing over year after year. I've seen this where cover 4 coverage doesn't do as good as it should, taking away some of these deep vertical routes. So, again, hopefully this is something that can be looked at, but I just wanted to point that out to you. If you guys are on offense, this is something that you guys are going to have an opportunity to make that throw if your opponent runs cover 4 against you. If you're on defense and you're running the cover 4, then my suggestion to you is to go ahead and take control of the receiver, or excuse me, the defender. In this case, it would be the strong safety on the side of the ball is lined up on. Take control of him and manually cover that deep route if you don't see another receiver running a vertical route down the seam. For instance, say that this tight end was to go ahead and run this vertical route, then you're going to have to go ahead and drop back and cover him. You're not going to be able to cheat into this right here. See, for instance, this tight end's running this route here. You're not going to be able to cheat down the right-hand sideline. You're just not going to be able to do that, because if you do, then you're going to obviously leave that throw for a quick bullet pass in that area there. But if you don't see the tight end or some other receiver running the seam route down in that area there, then you can cheat over there. So that's my suggestion as far as if you want to cover these deep routes, if you're playing zone coverage, in particular cover 4. So again, this is the 2 verticals concept versus cover 4. And just wanted to point that out to you. This is something you guys might want to take a look at if you're on offense, and if you're on defense, you might be aware of it, how to go ahead and defend it.